Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hazeeq and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Bittensor. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the CoinMarketCap page, we're sitting at a $3.7 billion market cap. And if you go into the token unlocks, there is a bit of token dilution here, but they have an interesting way of how the entire unlock system works. So make sure to go and read about that. And of course, do your research. Don't buy into any projects blindly. So the market cap is 3.7 billion. Let's say a 10x from here would put us at $37 billion market cap. And that would be a $4,200 price tag per coin. And that does sound believable if we have another massive AI hype wave, okay? If we don't, then it's possible we're going to have a retest of the all-time high, which was at around $720, and that'll be it for this cycle for Bittensor. But of course, if you're watching this video, then you most likely don't believe that. Now let's jump into the weekly chart and let's see what's going on. So at the very bottom, you can see a support block from 218 down to $182. That is our massive support area that has held us multiple times. So once in January 2024, a few times in July and August 2024, and most recently here in April 2025. So this is your perfect entry point. If we have another retracement here, you could see a move all the way back down to around $200, and that will provide you with a great entry point. So make sure you are, you have some money on the sidelines in case we have a correction. Of course, you're able to enter. Not a financial advice. Now the Fibonacci that I have here is from the current bottom at $183 to the local top there from December 2024. And the minimal target we're looking at is $1,020. That's slightly more than a 2x from the current prices. If we want to measure the move at exactly, that is 141%. From the bottom of the April correction, that is a 6x to the upside. So it's not bad, right? It's not horrible. Obviously other coins are going to perform way better because their market cap is way smaller. But of course there is more risk involved, so be careful when doing that. If we're looking at the weekly stochastic and the weekly RSI, the stochastic seemingly is running into a local top here. The last time we did that was back in October 2024, and we saw a retracement from there. So is it possible we're going to have a move back down to, let's say, the 20 EMA on the weekly at around $360? It's possible. The EMAs are about to cross, and a bounce off of those would be a really good thing. So make sure to pay attention to that and set up some buy limit orders in advance. The MACD has crossed actually as well. And the last time we had a bullish cross in the MACD was back in September 2024. So keep in mind the MACD is a lagging indicator and it's only used as a confirmation of a trend. So here the stochastic was in the oversold, the RSI was in a massive downtrend, and the MACD had a massive gap where the moving average had a gap with the signal line, and then they finally had a cross in September 2024, but that was only after the uptrend was in full throttle mode, right? This was so 9th of September, and as you can see, that was when we were in this green. But if you were trading based on the MACD alone, you would have missed these bottom prices. So that's why you shouldn't focus on the MACD alone, but you should use it for confirmation. And right now we have a confirmation of an uptrend starting. It's possible we're going to get a retracement from here. The stochastic could roll over just slightly and then have another move to the upside, while the RSI just continues pumping here into the overbought above the index of 70. So right outside the purple box, just like we did over here. That was your signal to take profits. So make sure you are aware of this, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Another positive thing to point out about the chart is the fact that we broke past the, if I switch over to the daily chart, we broke past the yellow resistance trend line. So this was a resistance from December 2024, and then once again we back tested it in February 2025, and we broke through it in April 2025. And now we're potentially looking for a back test of support. If we're going to be retracing, right, we might lose the 20 EMA and we might lose the 55 EMA, and we might bounce off the previous resistance, now flipped to support. Technically speaking, that would be a great thing, but we don't want to go anywhere below it, because if we do drop below it and then we start coming back up, we might hit it as resistance. But of course, that would provide you with a great entry point in this support block that I mentioned before. It's just going to mean that it's going to take longer for us to recover from those levels once again to the upside. Now, if we're looking at long-term targets for Bittensor, it's possible we're going to be looking at $1,630. That is our 1.618. So we have to break the all-time high first before we start looking at those 1.618 targets, because that's how it works. You break the all-time high, or you break the first fib, and that takes you to the 1.618. From the current prices, that is going to be 283% to the upside. And again, that's only if we're going to be breaking through that level there at $700. Overall, I'm bullish on Bittensor. I do hold a position at the moment, and if you're looking to buy some Bittensor, I would probably say, if you, like, let's say you have $100, probably start putting in $10-15 at the moment, so 10-15% of your position, and then as we keep rolling over, you keep increasing your position. This is a safe altcoin, this is a safe AI coin, and I would highly recommend you look into Bittensor if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what's your average entry into Bittensor and what is your expectation from this project. Stay safe, everyone, and goodbye.